Hey adventurers! Well, today I just thought I'd answer a few of the common questions I've been being asked, in particular in my last video. Christopher Cross and Meg Mac. Is that Chris Cross? Yeah, and those questions are: what is my phone mount? How am I enjoying my helmet? And what the hell happens on tram tracks? So firstly, my phone mount, well, here's some pictures here. It's not something you can buy. I made it. The actual bit that the phone clicks into is part of my Otterbox. It's a belt clip mount, and I've riveted it to an aluminium frame that I made up. So it's not very exciting. And Tom just showed a mounting system on his video from this morning that is something that I would actually be interested in. I can't remember the name of it already. So the other question is about tram tracks. Typically, I would say what you need to do is cross tram tracks at as much of an angle as possible. So like that. And don't be on the throttle or on the brakes when you cross them. Now just make sure this guy's not going to run me over. So yeah, to cross, change over the tram track, just over and over. But they're actually not that scary. I can ride on the tram track, and here I am riding on it. It's a little bit squirmy, but it's all right. In fact, if I open the throttle, you do wheel spin, because obviously polished steel doesn't have the same grip factor as concrete. So yeah, you can ride in the tram track. So push bikes would be a bit scary because the thickness of that groove down there is probably similar to a push bike wheel. So yeah, you would not want to ride parallel with or along the tram track with a push bike. Big mountain bike might be okay, but riding along it is okay. So yeah, even in the wet, in the wet it probably gets a little bit even more squirmy. It's just about not hitting the brakes or the accelerator when you're on them. So if you can see, I'm right on them. Now I've got ABS. Maybe I'll try braking on them, see how quickly the ABS comes in. Yeah, it comes in quick. So I can brake pretty quick on the asphalt. And on the tram tracks, ooh, it even squealed. So yeah, my tips are typically sort of cross without being on the brakes or on the throttle. Just coast when you cross them. Yeah, so when you're feeling confident, just and there's no cars right on your clacker, there's no cars in front of you, and you're not in traffic, have a practice. Trying to ride along them. And you know, if you're going, oh well, but hang on, you're on knobby tires or whatever, well, that doesn't help, I'm telling you, because it's exactly the same. I did a video on my Husky with a 17-inch Supermoto tires, 17-inch road tires, and I rode along the tram tracks in exactly this same fashion. So as you can see, it is a little bit squirmy. It's actually a bit of an effort to stay on the track. It's sort of trying to spit me off to the side, and but basically you can cross them without too much of a worry. anything that you think, oh, it sounds a bit dodgy, you should get out there and practice. See how it goes. Because when it comes to the emergency situation, you're going to want to know how your bike is going to react. I've said it before and I'll say it a million times, it's an essential skill to have. So the other thing is this helmet. Oh, this Nishua Carbon Enduro helmet. It is everything that my XD4 was, but lighter. And the XD4 is a really nice helmet, but it's heavy and it's noisy, and this is lighter and not overly quiet. It's marginally more quiet. So it's yeah, it's a really good helmet. I'm really happy with it so far. I've ridden in I did it again. I've ridden in all conditions. Oh well, this time I'm turning right, crossing the right tram tracks. Yeah, I've ridden it in the pouring rain. I've ridden it in hot weather, and it's been really good so far. I've heard some people complain about the ventilation, but I've really had no issue. It's pretty good, and it's considerably cheaper. It's not DOT approved, it's not Australian standard approved, it's just the European standard. I have done a bit of a video on this helmet when I first got it, and everything that I said about it then still stands. So here it is. Hey adventurers, well today I got a new box all the way from Germany. It's a present for myself, and I'm very excited about it. It's a new helmet. I'm going to compare it to my old RI XD4, which I reckon is identical to my previous RI XD, and the Shark, what the hell was this called? The Shark Explorer R, which I bought because I thought it was really cool, but I really didn't like it. It wasn't a good fit for me. But what is amazing about this one is that I opened the box. Oh, I've got the box and it feels empty. Let's see what's in it. So first of all, I've got the set of scales here, which is accurate to a gram, and we're going to see how much these helmets weigh. This is the helmet, visor and peak. Helmet, visor, peak, and I'll weigh this one with helmet, visor and peak. So first, the XD4. My biggest complaint with this is that it's noisy and it's heavy. So let's see, what does it actually weigh? Zero the scales there. Sit that on there. 1722. 1721 it says now. But that's evaporated off a gram already. The Shark Explorer, not touching anywhere, that is 1731. Okay, let's have a look in this box. Yeah, we can call this an unboxing, since I am unboxing it. My Nishua. This is the Nishua Carbon Enduro. A visor bag. Okay, let's check this out. Ah, there is my pin lock visor. Nice. There is my helmet in a bag. Oh, it comes with pin locks. Now I did not know that. Fog resistant lens. That's awesome. I didn't know it came with that. Nishua Carbon Enduro. Comes with a peak on it, which is interesting. Usually they don't. Oh, look at that. How good does that look? That, man, I mean, it looked good in the pictures, but that looks even better in real life, I think. Okay, well, this is easy. It's got the visor and it's got the peak on there. Let's see how much it weighs. 1326. So that is 400, more than 400 grams lighter than these two helmets. EC rated. Wow, it looks shit hot. So it actually says on the back that it's 1270 plus or minus 50 grams. And what did I just have? 1320. That's exactly plus 50 grams with the visor and the peak. So where did I come across this helmet? Well, I'm always watching out for new helmets, always looking for a lightweight helmet because that Arai really, it's heavy. I mean, it's really comfortable, but it's heavy and it is noisy. So anyway, Klim just bought out a helmet called the Klim Krios, and it had some pretty good stats and people seem to like it. Bit of research, I found out that the Klim Krios is the Nishua Carbon Enduro. However, they've added a different visor and a different peak and a few bits and pieces to make it Klim worthy, I guess. And then, of course, charged something like double the price for the privilege. So yeah, I started looking up this Nishua Carbon Enduro. Found out that there's a company in Germany, Lewis, who I believe bought the rights or bought this helmet basically, and now they're the seller and distributor of the helmet. Oh my god, it is so light. Okay, that is incredibly light. That's really comfortable. You got padding in good positions. Whew. Yeah. Let's try the other visor. Oh, look at that. So easy. So one question people might have is, why do I use a tinted visor and clear goggles as opposed to a clear visor and tinted goggles? Well, I just find that on the freeway you need this down, and that's when I tend to need the tintedness. And when I'm crawling through the bush, tintedness, having a heavy tint can actually make it more difficult to see objects, especially when it's light shadow in the bush. So so I do tend to prefer a clear visor. So one of my complaints about the Shark was that the peak is way too high. In fact, I drilled a couple of extra holes so that I could tilt the visor lower. But I can see already that this visor, I can see it, which means that when I'm riding into the sun, I can tilt my head until that point blocks out the sun. So that is an effective visor already. Although I can actually see those slots. So sunlight could come in there. We'll test that on the road. So the Nishua Carbon Enduro comes in definitely ultralight, super comfortable, and looks like it will be an effective peak. Very comfortable, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, and I nearly forgot goggles. So I've just wrapped them around. They fit in there easy, and that still closes. Still closes. So yes, they work with goggles. No problem at all. Yeah, so there's enough of a gap here between the visor and the case for your goggle strap to run through rather easily. Yeah, works beautifully.
So the cheek pads are basically velcroed. So a couple of buttons, and then the clips at the front, and there's the inner. Okay, so several people have commented online that ventilation is a bit ordinary on here. These nose vents all channel up and come through a little slit just here, so that'll be like an anti-fogging breeze. So nothing really coming straight into your face. There's a vent up here at the top that slides up and down, but on the inside they actually go to some very small holes in there. I don't know if you can see them. You probably can't. So certainly I can feel channels behind this fibre, but I can see it's definitely not as good a free-flowing ventilation as some of these other helmets. Well, that's an unboxing of the Nishua Carbon Enduro. I'll be very interested to set this thing through its paces. Cheers!
One other question was, what is this light on my dash? It's always on. That's actually the low pressure tire warning. Tire low pressure warning. You know what I mean. Anyway, it's because I haven't got like 40 psi in the tires, so that light comes on. It's annoying as